I'm Kirsten Marcia. I'm the President and CEO of Deep Earth Energy Production and a professional geoscientist in the province of Saskatchewan. Deep Earth Energy Production is a geothermal power company. So this is not heating your house or that type of level. This is drilling 3.5 kilometer deep wells that will be able to produce 120 degrees Celsius water and convert that heat into power production that will be sold into our provincial grid. Deep has been around for over 10 years. We've been very, very busy since 2019, but in all honesty, we had some fits and starts at the early stages based on funding. This is a new project. We don't have any geothermal power in Canada yet. And so we struggled at this inflection point where there was perceived risk in the project, which didn't attract the investment dollars that we needed to get rolling on the project. I'm the founder of the project. My background is in Saskatchewan resources. I didn't come to this project originally with a renewable interest, particularly. So I'm certainly there now. And I lead the company. I've got a wonderful team of people. I'm kind of we like to say I'm the glue in the company, where I've got all of the engineers and geologists that are working very, very hard. And I'm the pivot point to pull all of that together. One of my main roles in the project is making sure that we're financed, either through investment or government funding. So I've spent a lot of time on that. But I can't pull myself away from the science part completely, so I drive my team crazy on a daily basis, joining all of the technical calls. And what that does is it allows me to flag areas that we might need to focus on a little bit more than maybe in that scenario, or less sometimes, to kind of direct the energy of where we're going. When I first started into university, I started into business administration, and in all honesty, I almost flunked out. I went back to Estevan, where I waitressed in a bar, and it was for the first time that I realized that Estevan was an energy city. My clients were oil field workers, people working at the Boundary Dam power facility, and it opened my eyes to other careers in geoscience. I took a remote geology class that was offered through the U of R in Regina, and I loved it. And so when I went back to school the next year, I just dove in feet first into geology, and it was a great fit. The experience I gained, and I was a well site geologist in oil and gas. I spent a large part of my career in our Saskatchewan diamond industry. I worked in gold and base metals. I even worked a little bit in coal. And so, what those skills and experiences did for me is it created the toolbox of the ability to apply that to a brand new resource, right? I mean, in some ways, it doesn't matter if you're mining gold or gravel or heat, these are still resource projects. So we're very close to going into construction on our first 35 megawatt facility. The wonderful thing about the resource here in Saskatchewan, and albeit on the lower side for normal geothermal, is that it's very, very reliable. We're drilling into a deep, hot pancake that is very, very predictable geology. So once this first facility is constructed, it has enormous repeatability and scalability. It's simply the number of wells that we drill that will determine how large the facility is. The best thing about this project is the team of professionals that I get to work with every day. Most of our team comes from the oil and gas sector. And so there's this wonderful opportunity where we're seeing energy diversification, within our province, where we're taking this uniquely skilled workforce and applying it for the first time ever on a renewable energy project. They're passionate about the project. We have lots of challenges that we have to tackle every day. And the enthusiasm, the determination that I see from the team as we tackle those challenges and put them behind us is so motivational. It's really inspiring. My background in science, I love science, but I wasn't very good at it, to be honest. I mean, I was never a stellar student. For me, geology was such a great mishmash of chemistry, biology, physics, where, I could be good at that without being an expert a physicist, what have you. So I think look at all the options that are available, and don't be afraid to change your mind. Is dive into science, dabble in a little bit of everything, because when you're 18, 20 years old, you may not realize what is really going to be your long-term interest. And you might change your mind even when you're 30 or 40 as well. My advice, again, from past experience, thinking I wanted to do one thing and realizing it wasn't my interest at all, is don't be afraid of changing your mind. You may dive into chemistry or biology or earth sciences, but if you make sure that you've got some diversity in the classes you're taking, it'll allow for that opportunity where there might be a spark in some other direction that you had no idea of, when you're 18 or 19 or 20 years old. So don't be afraid of making a change or diverting from what you thought was a firm forward path. I think the most important thing in a business or a project is working with people you like and working with people you feel safe with, safe making a mistake in front of. I mean, I think the idea that in any kind of project, you want to be able to collaborate. You want to be able to everyone draw on each other's strengths and weaknesses where there is. That's certainly the case, within DEEP. We've built a culture where there's no wrong answer in that we can be safe and we can collaborate. And I think that's one of the driving successes behind our project, is that ability to be able to collaborate. New businesses, new resources, it's hard. If it wasn't hard, someone would have done it already. And so you're going to get kicked down, you're going to see losses, and some days it's going to be 2 steps backwards, 1 step forward. But don't give up. All of those experiences, the times when you're not winning, you're also learning, and it'll make you stronger and make better choices in the future. I think it's really important for a student to be able to communicate, whether that's great verbal communication skills, great written skills. You're going to be doing that whether you're an engineer or a geologist, or pick your path. You need to be able to get your ideas across in a way that people want to listen. There's a real science behind that communicating that doesn't rub people the wrong way, that they really understand that you really strongly mean something, or maybe you're just lobbing an idea into the mix. I think that's really important. It's a tough thing to find how to do that, but I would encourage students that in any of their careers, while they're going to school, is take the time to talk with their managers, take the time to collaborate with their peers.